For simplicity, we will create the component at home page. Create front-end directory, view, front-end, and then create layout directory. Create cms underscore index_index.xml layout file. Declare XML and add the page node. Create body node. Add reference container node and refer the content container. Now create a blog node. Specify the template class to the blog node. Let us call this blog custom.component. Specify the template custom_component.html. Now go ahead and create the template file. First create the templates directory and now create the custom_component.html template file. Add some content to the template file. Create a div element with an ID custom-component. Add the binding using data-bind attribute. Specify the scope argument value custom-tutorial. This attribute will invoke Magento's Knockout.js scope binding. Magento uses this argument to look up a view model in UI registry and makes this view model the current Knockout.js component. Let us proceed further so it should be more clear. Create script with attribute type text /x-magento-init. The script type text x-magento-init method allows to run require.js module as program. It will pass the JSON object into the require.js located in Magento UI app module. Inside this JSON object, we will specify the component and selector to which this component should apply to. So let us add the JSON under the script. Copy the div ID and specify the ID selector so the component should be applied to the current div only. However, the component can be applied to all elements using static selector. But we are not gonna do that. We are only applying the component to our div. Next, specify the app module using Magento_UI/JS/core/app. Under the app module, specify the components key. Then specify the custom-tutorial scope as a value to the components key. This will apply the binding to our specified development. Add component key and specify the component as a value. You should not specify the extension type. Magento already knows about it. Let us check if browser can read our component. For now, don't create a component JS file. There should appear an error in the browser console. Flush the cache. Reload the page. Nothing happened. Let us inspect with element inspector. Exactly, our JSON object is being read by the Magento, but it gets component missing as expected. So let us go ahead and specify the component. Create web and JS directories. And now create the custom view module.js file. And define and specify the UI component dependency. Specify the UI component object under the anonymous function as a parameter. Let us specify useString directive to indicate the code should execute in strict mode. Extend the component and return it. For now, let us keep it as is. If we take a look at UI component dependency, it is an alias of a component declared in Magento UI module. Open require.js-config.js file. Here we can see the UI component is an alias of Magento UI collection component. Scroll back to the module again. Flush the cache and remove the static or generated content. Now reload the page again. Nothing happened, and there are no errors as well, as we can see in the element inspector. That means our component module is working as expected. Now let us add the constructor or initialize method of the component. Add an alert with a custom text to double check if component works. Flush the cache and clear the static content. Reload the page. The alert message appeared as soon as our component executed. Now let us print something on the screen. For this purpose, we will render a custom template. Specify the template key, and inside the value specify the template path. Now we need to create the custom -component-tpl template file. First, create the template directory. Inside the template directory, create custom-component-tpl.html template file and add some content inside the template file. The template will not render until we specify its binding. So go ahead and add the tagless knockout.js binding. ko template and specify get template method after the colon. Add the closing tag of ko binding. Flush the cache and reload the page again. An alert message will appear. Click OK button to dismiss it. Now the content inside template file rendered as expected. And that's all. We have created and rendered the simple component.